Something happened to me at 16 that makes it almost impossible for me to agree with 99% of hitting coaches today. So let me paint the picture. I spent years taking lessons from a Division I hitting coach. I did every single thing he told me to do. I hit every day, sometimes twice a day. My mechanics looked great. According to him, I hit for really high batting average. But after all of that, I could still not hit the ball to the warning track, no matter how many lessons I took, no matter how pretty my swing looked, no matter how hard I worked. But I was surrounded by teammates who were not working as hard as me, and they were launching balls out of the yard like it was nothing. Literally 9 guys on the summer team that I play for got drafted. 9. And I actually had a higher batting average than every single one of them over the course of the time that I played with them. But they all had one thing that I didn't: power. And power to all fields, and power like not just in BP, but in the game. And when it came time for offers, I watched all of them start committing to Division I schools, and I was getting no attention. So at 16 years old, frustrated and confused why the best batting average on the team was not getting any college interest, I did something that was super controversial at the time. I bought a power hitting program from an ad in the back of a Baseball Weekly magazine. And my parents thought that it was a scam, so they made me actually save up my own money to buy it. But I was totally desperate, and I bought the program anyway. And it ended up adding over 100 feet to how far I could hit a ball in a single year. And because of that, I ended up eventually earning my own Division I opportunity, not because of mechanics from the Division I coach, not because of the weight room. I was almost the exact same weight, not because I finally learned to stay inside the ball or keep my eye on it or back elbow up, right? But because I finally fixed this power piece. So fast forward 20 years, I now have an 8-year-old son, and suddenly I hear 99% of his coaches telling him, don't worry about bat speed. Power will come later. Just focus on contact. And all I can think is, that advice only works for genetic lottery winners. And they are out there. And they tend to be the ones who give lessons. So if your kid was born to professional athletes, maybe it works. If you naturally rotate fast, if your fascia is born springy and reactive from day one, yeah, you can probably ignore bat speed because you already have like the genetic makeup for it. But for normal kids, for kids like me at 16, for kids who don't naturally move explosively because we're not as coordinated as those elite guys, if you don't build power on purpose, it will never magically just show up in the end. And that's why I coach the way I coach today. That's why I teach movement first. That's why I use pattern primers and motor screens and speed work. And that's why I will never tell a parent that power doesn't matter, because I lived the struggle of doing everything right mechanically, yet still getting left behind. So if you're into that kind of stuff, like and follow for more, because I talk about how to get the most out of your kid's potential, especially if your kids weren't born winning the genetic lottery.